Television dramas have shaped how many people imagine life inside a UK prison. Constant violence, chaos on the wings, corrupt officers, endless shouting in corridors. But how accurate is that portrayal? Drama prioritizes tension. Reality prioritizes routine. In most UK prisons, daily life runs on structure. Unlocked times, meals, work, education, visits, movement is controlled, association is supervised, procedures guide almost everything. When we think of prison, our minds often conjure a specific image, heavily influenced by film and television. Rows of inmates in identical, stark uniforms. Whether it's the classic black and white stripes of old Hollywood or the bright orange jumpsuits popularized by American dramas, this visual shorthand for prisoner is deeply ingrained in our culture. However, the reality within the UK prison system is far more nuanced. For many, upon entry, the standard issue is not a jumpsuit, but rather plain, functional clothing, typically grey tracksuits, sweatshirts and t-shirts. This attire is deliberately nondescript, designed for uniformity and ease of management. But this is often just the starting point. Crucially, the ability to wear one's own clothes is a significant factor in prison life, tied directly to a prisoner's status. Those on remand, who are legally innocent until proven guilty, are usually permitted to wear their own attire. For sentenced prisoners, it becomes a powerful incentive. Under the Incentives and Earned Privileges scheme, individuals who demonstrate good behavior can progress to enhanced status, unlocking the right to wear personal clothing. This small piece of individuality, a link to their identity beyond the prison walls, can be a vital motivator for positive conduct. Wing life is also frequently exaggerated. Incidents do happen. But most wings operate under regulated supervision, not constant riot conditions. Visits are tightly controlled environments, security checks, time limits, monitored spaces. They carry emotional weight, but they are structured, not theatrical. The classic image of a Victorian prison, often painted in popular culture, is one of a lawless, forgotten relic, a brutal, self-contained world operating outside the norms of modern society, where chaos reigns unchecked behind imposing brick walls. While the architectural legacy is undeniable, the reality is far more complex. These institutions grapple with profound systemic challenges born from their age. The infrastructure itself creates immense pressure. Cramped landings designed for a different era make supervision difficult, while outdated sanitation and electrical systems are in a constant state of disrepair. Maintenance backlogs grow, leading to broken locks, leaking pipes, and inadequate heating. These aren't dramatic failings, but a slow, grinding decay that impacts the safety and dignity of everyone inside. However, contrary to the myth of lawlessness, these prisons are subject to rigorous external scrutiny. They operate within comprehensive inspection frameworks, with bodies like His Majesty's Inspectorate of Prisons conducting regular unannounced visits. These formal oversight systems assess everything from living conditions to staff-prisoner relationships, holding the establishments accountable to modern standards. Throughout this exploration of UK prisons, we've navigated a landscape often clouded by sensationalism. The image of prison life in popular culture is one of constant high-stakes drama, violent confrontations, elaborate escapes, and rogue guards. But as we've seen, the day-to-day reality is far more procedural than it is theatrical. It's a world governed not by explosive events, but by the meticulous, often monotonous rhythm of routine, regulation, and bureaucracy. The turning of keys, the counting of heads, the filing of reports. This is the true unglamorous heartbeat of the institution. However, to say it is procedural is not to say it is benign. The system is grappling with profound systemic challenges that are well documented and deeply concerning. Official reports from His Majesty's Inspectorate of Prisons consistently paint a stark picture. They speak of severe overcrowding, where men and women are confined for over 22 hours a day in dilapidated cells built for a different era. They detail chronic staffing shortages that undermine safety, increase violence, and cripple any meaningful attempt at rehabilitation. These are not dramatic plot points. They are the grim, documented facts of a system under immense strain. The consequences are tangible: rising levels of self-harm, a pervasive drug problem fueled by new psychoactive substances, and a cycle of re-offending that fails both the individual and society. Understanding the modern UK prison system requires us to set aside the simplified narratives of entertainment and engage with this complex, documented reality. Television dramas, by their very nature, must condense and simplify. Real institutions, however, operate within a dense web of policy, procedure, and stringent legal boundaries, from the Prison Act to human rights legislation. The critical question, therefore, is not simply whether prisons are harsh enough or secure enough, as public debate often frames it. The more urgent and meaningful inquiry is whether they are effective. Are they rehabilitating offenders? Are they reducing crime? Are they upholding the standards of a just and humane society? The gap between the system as designed and the system in practice is where the true drama lies, not in fictional riots, but in the quiet daily struggle to make a flawed institution function against overwhelming odds. This is the reality that demands our attention, long after the credits have rolled. If you found this interesting, please subscribe to Unknown Record and check out the full Prison series on our channel.